introduce you to a man whose childhood dream never left him. In fact, the dream sustained him throughout his retirement years and allowed him to leave a part of it to his community.
Across the Ohio River from Cincinnati, in Covington, Kentucky, you'll find the Behringer-Crawford Museum. The museum is dedicated to telling regional transportation stories. One of those stories started with local businessman Ray Farragher. He had a childhood dream.
Ray's dream started when he was about 5 years old. His grandmother lived in a little home in Ludlow, Kentucky, and the streetcars had to circle around her house. And he would always see the motormen using this handle, and he thought that would be the neatest job.
Ray joined the Navy, and by the time he returned home, the streetcars were gone. The demands of business kept Ray busy, but upon retirement, Ruth brought streetcars back into his life.
That's when I bought him his first train, and he really got into it. I mean, he just, every day he was downstairs working on that train.
Ray became ill and wanted his project to live on. He saw an opportunity in the form of the local museum.
Behringer-Crawford Museum was undergoing a major renovation and expansion project when Ray Farragher came in and told me about this fantastic layout that he had in his home that he had built and put together and wanted as part of his legacy and his family's legacy to share it with the rest of the community. And the layout fit in terrific with the plan and the development of the museum. The museum is all about stories, and this layout fit in perfectly with another story to tell about this region. It fits in beautifully to be able to tell the story of Ludlow, Kentucky, and northern Kentucky in the 1940s. Plus, it brings in Ray's story. It's another example of tying our community in with its residents and its heritage.
Getting the layout from Ray's basement to the museum required the expertise of John Lang and the Greater Cincinnati Garden Railway Society.
It took us just about a year from the time we started dismantling at Ray's house to where we opened it down here. It was just about a year of effort, and that included like redoing a lot of the buildings, not rebuilding them, simply making sure lights were working and the people were in the right places. So it was all built as a replica, as exact as we could of what Ray had in his house.
While some of the layout is fiction, many of the buildings are from Ray's childhood.
On the other side, there's one called Farrell's Drugs that was actually a Ludlow building as Ray was growing up. There's another one, Schraggy's Hardware, on the layout here. A few of the buildings on here were not in Ludlow. Chester's Roadhouse was not in Ludlow. However, that was one of Ray's favorite restaurants, so it is now in Ray's Ludlow. Also, there's Farragher Bakery. Again, there was no Farragher Bakery in Ludlow, but Ray always loved bakery goods. So as he built, he had to put his own bakery in it. There's Boots Boutique, and Boots is his wife's nickname, so she got her own building.
Ray put a great deal of hand-built detail into the layout.
There is not a plastic kit anywhere on this layout. Every single one of them were built primarily from dollhouse parts, and if Ray couldn't find the parts, he made them.
It's all handmade. And I don't think you really realize that until you start looking at it and you get a very close look at it, and the detail, extremely detail-oriented.
And it sure takes a lot of looking to see all the details.
I worked with Ray for almost 3 years before he passed away, and even though I was up there almost every week, I'd walk in and see something and say, "Ray, you just added this," and he'd say, "No, it's been there all along, you just didn't see it."
In addition to helping visitors experience the past, Behringer-Crawford has other goals.
I think the goal of having this layout here is multiple. Again, it's about the stories that the layout tells us. It's about the buildings, it's about the companies, it's about the residents of northern Kentucky. And it's here to be able to share to the community. So what we want is for people to be able to come in. It helps us attract a different audience to the museum. What it is also all about is entertainment. You get preschool kids who come in and immediately run in, push buttons, crawl through the tunnel, come up in the bubbles, and you get the older people standing by, enjoying it, having fun. And I think that's what's very important. The goal is to be able to educate, but have fun while you're learning.
Ray's layout is an operating piece of folk art. If you find yourself in southern Ohio, cross the river into northern Kentucky and stop in at the Behringer-Crawford Museum to see a testament to one man's realized dream.